About 3 months ago, Steve Bose from Phoenix Home Services came out here. What was the problem, Steve?
This was all mud down here. This entire backyard area was all mud. They had severe drainage problems on both sides of the house into the backyard. They have a gazebo in the back that was starting to collapse because the earth underneath it was eroding away. There was rotten trim due to water problems all around the house. The gutters were completely overwhelmed. Basically, this house was primarily underwater whenever they got a significant rain.
Well, this ground feels pretty dry. How did you dry this up?
We ran French drain systems. First, we put new gutters
right
all around the house. Connected these to underground downspouts. Ran French drain systems, which, as you can see, after a few months, are invisible to the eye.
Yeah, this grass looks like it's right off of a golf course.
It's nice and solid. But what these French drains do is they collect the surface water coming onto the ground, and these downspouts are connected into that same.
Where was the actual French drain system installed?
I'm standing on top of it.
You're standing right on top of it. It's just like a big, like a big sponge?
Well, sort of. It's a French drain is primarily it's a trench, and in that trench is 57 gravel. It's gray gravel that you might see in an industrial driveway. In that trench on top of the gravel is a pipe. It's a PVC pipe. It's solid on the bottom. It has what looks like wiffle ball holes on the top. It's wrapped in a nylon sleeve to keep sediment and silt from getting into it. Then it's topped with another layer of gravel. Then topsoil goes on top of it, grass seed. And basically what happens is it's a very permeable layer in the yard as compared to the marine clay that's all around it. Water takes the path of least resistance. It can't soak into that clay. It hits that French drain, soaks right into it, goes through the wiffle ball holes at the top of the pipe, gets caught in the solid bottom layer of the pipe, and runs at an angle into our drainage spot.
This ground feels as hard as a rock right now. We've had a lot of rain lately.
Yep. We dried this whole thing out. In fact, the water table under here was so sodden when we first put that French drain in. They had water draining out of it for over 2 weeks straight. It was just water, hydrostatic pressure coming up from underneath, going in those holes on the top once it soaked through the drain. So that water table was just relieving pressure for weeks.
And then what was the problem over here in this patio area here?
Well, this is pretty straightforward to see what was going on over here. Before we got here, this was just dirt.
Okay.
Okay.
So every time it rained, I guess this is all enclosed with what, walls?
Well, before we had originally the walls came to here.
Right.
And ended here and ended over there on the same side. This gazebo was at an angle at about like this. Up on these hills on each side, there was no drainage system whatsoever. So water would come running down the hill in the front of the house and just pour down into this mud pit. And this thing, that's basically.
So it was just basically a mud pit in their backyard.
Right. So we extended these walls over here with brick, matching brick. We encased this entire thing in here in brick. We put a drainage system in here. Connected all these drain pipes, ran French drains similar to the ones we described earlier on both sides of the yard. Everything goes into a central drainage system, into a storm drain down here.
Oh, so there's a storm drain behind these stairs here, huh?
Underneath these steps.
And then you basically, what did you do to this gazebo? Underpin it?
Jacked the gazebo up.
Right.
About 3 feet. We underpinned it with solid material, shored it up, reinforced it, put a new roof on it.
New cupola.
Yep. Rebuilt the floor, painted up the whole thing.
Well, it looks brand new.
Level, nice and solid. Went from a mud pit to now this is a showpiece in their backyard where they do a lot of entertaining. Dried the whole thing out.
It really looks like you did a good job here, Steve.
Yep. Took about it's a pretty big project, but I think the customer is very happy. They have a very usable backyard, very usable front yard, no more water problems, and they're satisfied, we're satisfied, so it's a good project.
We're doing the next door neighbors.
We are.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right.